Okay, hello class, magandang araw po. My name is Sir Gian. So pag-usapan po natin sa bidyong ito, no, ang base rate and percentage, no. Nasa panibagong series na po tayo sa GenMath, no, na kung saan ang pinag-uusapan na po natin ay basic business mathematics. Okay, so wag na po tayong magpahuli pa at simulan na po natin ito. Yan. In business, decision makers like managers, owners, and creditors use the financial statements issued by a company to make a financial analysis to arrive at basic decision like planning, continue the business for owners, maintaining or changing current plans for managers, and continuing to grant credits to the creditors. In financial analysis, we determine the percent of increase or decrease in sales or net profit. In this case, we use our knowledge in base rate and percentage. So ano nga po ba ang ibig sabihin nito? Ito yung pinaka-first topic kasi natin when it comes to basic business math, no? At talagang mapag-uusapan natin siya ano nga po ba ang tatlong components na to. Okay, so let's begin first with our base. Base refers to the number, to that number of which a certain number of hundreds is taken. Base and percentage are compared to obtain the rate as the basis of comparison. Base is the number generally preceded by the words of. The words of. Ibig sabihin, pag may words na of dun sa problem, then it is stated as base na po, no? As much as large as many as, and as great as. Also, it's regarded as a whole. So, when we say base class, no, it is also regarded as a whole, no? Pag sa problem ng base rate and percentage, paano natin ma-identify si base? Kapag daw yung set of problem niya, no, yung set of statement niya, that is, let's say, of 365 pesos, of 16. Yan. Pag may word na of, then after that amount or unit, no, or pieces, base na siya. Paano kung of how many? Siyempre, kung of how many yan, class, ibig sabihin, yung mismong base ang nawawala. Of how much? Yan. Of how much? Yan, isa much tuloy. How much? Okay, of how much. So ibig sabihin, ganun din pag nawawala yung base, okay? So next, rate. Rate refers to the number of hundreds taken. It is the result of comparing a number, no, to another number. Base is regarded as a whole, no? Sabi nga kanina, no, regarded as a whole. So, yung rate daw, class, it is expressed in percent, decimal, or let's say fraction. So, it's either to that three that represent rate. Basta lagi nyo pong tatandaan na yung rate po ay may percent. May percent symbol po siya. Okay? So, next. Yan. Percentage is the part considered in its quantitative relation to the whole. In other words, it is a part of a whole and the number being compared to another number. So when we say percentage, class, kumbaga, siya yung tinatawag natin na diniscount. Yun yung na-discount na, ayun yung nabawas na presyo, no? Okay, so halimbawa, merong isang product na nagkakahalaga ng 1,000, napakamahal naman yan para sa'yo. Dumating yung araw na nagkaroon ng sales. Nung nagkaroon ng sales, 25%, no, discount. May 25% discount na. So, syempre, yung 25%, siya yung magko-consider na rate. Then, yung base, yung 1,000, kasi yan yung original price. Ngayon, magkaiba yung discounted price sa percentage. When we say the percentage, para makuha natin yung percentage, i-multiply mo siya sa 0.25. So, yung 1,000, i-multiply mo siya sa 0.25. So, that is 250 pesos. So, ito yung tinatawag natin na percentage. Ngayon, yung discounted price, which is magiging 750 pesos, siya yung tinatawag nating discounted price. So, ibig sabihin, naging discounted price siya because of your percentage kasi nabawasan siya ng 25% ng 1,000. So, may formula para ma-solve po yan, ha? Para mas maintindihan natin, no? Okay. In other words, it is a part of a whole and the number being compared to another number. It is expressed in the same unit as the base. That is, so, ibig sabihin class, kung ang unit daw, kung ang given ay ng base mo ay 1,000 or peso, dapat daw, ang sagot mo daw as a percentage is also a peso. Ganun din, kapag base yung nawawala at may given na percentage, kung ano yung unit ni percentage, ganun din daw ang isasagot ni K-base. Kasi daw, ano sabi niya? If the base is number of students, the percentage is also a number of students. At take note, it is never expressed in percent. Yes, naririnig natin yung salitang percentage, but it is never expressed in percent. Tanging rate lang po ang nag-e-express sa percent. Yung percentage unit po siya. Kung ang unit ng base mo ay peso, ganun din dapat ang percentage, no? Money din. Excuse me po. Then, ayan. So, pag-usapan naman po natin yung mga formula kung paano po ba mag-solve ng base rate and percentage. So, letter B, it is considered or stands for base. The R stands for rate and the P is for percentage. So, let us talk about one by one, no? Yung sa percentage class, yung formula ng percentage is equals to base times rate. Then, paano natin siya gagamitin sa triangle? Kasi kung may mapapansin kayong triangle dyan, yung letter P. So, yung letter P class, pag unknown po siya, letter P or yung percentage is equals to base times rate. So, this is base times rate. Ibig sabihin, ipag-multiply lang natin si values ng base at K rate. So, kapag naman yung base ang nawawala, ang formula niya ay percentage divided by rate. So, paano? Kapag base naman daw po yung nawawala, ang natitira yung percentage sa taas at yung rate sa baba. So, ibig sabihin, percentage divided by rate. So, pag fraction form, syempre, that is a, what do you call this? Divide. And then, the last will be rate. Rate is equals to percentage divided by base times 100 and put percent in the final answer. So, kapag daw rate po yung nawawala, ang matitira na lang daw dyan para maging formula is rate is equals to percentage times base. Then, do not forget to multiply it by 100. So, ibig sabihin, kaya siya minumultiply sa 100 class kasi ano ba ang nire-represent ng rate? It is represent by percent. Okay? So, kung may question ka, mag-comment ka lamang po dyan. So, let's begin with our example. Yan. Example number 1, no? 50% of 24 is what? Yan. So, ngayon, i-analyze muna natin yung problem. So, analyze. Ang pinakamadali ma-analyze dyan, yung 50%. So, bakit po? Kasi, siya lang yung may percent. Siyempre, pag may percent, siya yung kino-consider natin na rate. So, meron tayong napansin pala na note kanina dyan. Yung note, if the rate is not unknown, ibig sabihin, kung yung rate daw ay hindi unknown doon sa given problem, yung given rate ay i-divide mo sa 100 kasi i-convert mo siya sa decimal or i-move mo lang yung decimal point papunta sa left ng 2 beses. Okay? Ayan, so balik tayo dito. So 50% is rate, you can identify it very easy. So, then divide mo siya sa 100, it will give you 0.5. Okay? Then yung ngayon, pag-usapan natin, ito. Kanina, how can I describe the base percentage and rate? So, syempre, yung of 24, ano kaya ang pwede ninyong ma-identify dyan? Very good, you are correct. That is base. Sabi ko nga kasi kanina, of, di ba? Nagpe-precede siya ng word na of. So, of 24. So, therefore, your base is 24. Kasi katabi niya yung of, di ba? Ganun lang. Technique ano lang yun, ha? Then, is what? So, nawawala po ay yung percentage. So, let us solve. So, since percentage ang unknown natin sa problem na to, percentage is equals to base times rate. So, just simply like that, change the value of base to 24 and change the value of rate to 0.5. Then, multiply them, that is 12. So, ibig sabihin, ang 50% ng 24 ay 12. Okay? So, sana nagigets po ninyo yung ating discussion. Next, so number 2, we have 300 is 50% of how many? So, medyo, sabi ko nga kanina, madali lang mahanap yung rate. Rate is 50%. So, divide mo lang yan sa 100 para maging decimal digit na magiging 0.5. Ngayon, of how many? So, of how many? Of how many? So, yung word na of, may katabi na how many. Siyempre, ang nawawala ay very good. That is base. So, ngayon, since base ang nawawala, siyempre, yung 300 na matitira is yung iyong percentage. Okay, so let's solve. So, anong formula pag nawawala po yung base? So, base is equals to percentage divided by rate. So, percentage, it will give you 300 all over the rate of 0.5. Okay? So, then, divided by both them, 300 divided by 0.5, that is 600. So, therefore, you have a base of 600. So, that is our answer. So, may question? So, sana nagigets nyo po. Next, example number 3. 64 is how many percent of 320? So, madali lang yan. Alam nyo na kung ano yung nawawala. Yung rate na po. Sir, bakit po? May nakita ka po ba sa given na merong 5%? Wala. O, since wala, siya yung nawawala. No? Siya yung isa-solve po natin. So, rate ang nawawala. Ngayon, let us identify sino dyan si base at sino dyan si percentage. Kung ang naiisip mo ay 320, you are correct. Dahil po, yung word na of, ang katabi niya ay 320. So, ayun lang naman siya. So, of 320. So, kaya ito ang magiging base mo. Then, yung 64 is your percentage. So, ayan na siya, no? So, then next, so rate ang nawawala sa problem na to. Then, rate now is equals to percentage divided by base. Then, do not forget it to multiply by 100. Okay? Kasi para sa percent sign. Okay? So, percentage, yun. So, percentage is 64. Then, yung base is 320. Multiply 100. And then, 64 divided by 320, that is 0.2. Then, multiply by 100, it will give you a 20%. So, therefore, our rate is 20%. Tandaan po, pag sa rate po ang hinahanap tapos walang percent sign, mali po yan. Okay? Ayan. Okay, so sana po nasusundan niyo po yung ating mga sets of example. So another example ulit, no? Damihan natin yung example, no? Ayan. 32.75 pesos is 35% of how much? Yan. So alam niyo na kung ano yung nawawala. Siyempre, base. Bakit? Of how much eh. So, the unknown for the problem is base. Lagi niyong tatandaan yung word na of. Yung of, then kung ano yung katabi niya. Kung number, syempre, given yung base. Pero kung of how much is, tinatanong siya or unknown siya. So, ibig sabihin, yung percentage natin is 32.75 pesos. And yung rate natin na 35%. And then, i-divide mo lang siya sa 100 para maging decimal digit na 0.35. So, syempre, base ang nawawala. Pag base ang nawawala, ang formula natin ay percentage divided by rate. So, percentage, that is 32.75 pesos divided by rate of 0.35. So, pag pinag-divide mo yung si 32.75 divided by 0.35, it will give you 93 pesos and 57 cents. Okay? So, this is our base. Ngayon, tandaan nyo to. Kapag po pera ang pinag-uusapan natin at may unknown, it's either base or percentage, dapat magpap-answer din kayo ng money. Kung peso yan, edi peso. Kung dollar yan, edi dollars. No? Basta may currency unit. Pag may currency unit ang pinag-uusapan, dapat yung answer may currency unit kung percentage ang and base ang hinahanap. Pero kung rate, no need na to put the, wag yun na pong lagyan ng peso sign or currency sign. Basta merong symbol, percent symbol pagdating sa rate. Okay? So, may question? So, kung wala na, tuloy tayo. Now, 23.5% is $435.75 is how much? Ayun. Ano kaya ang nawawala? Okay, you got it right, no? So the correct unknown for that is yung percentage. Why? Kasi yung word na of 435.75, it will give you for the base. So that is your base, $435.75 dollars. And then yung rate natin na 23.5%. So, then, i-divide mo sa 100, that is 0.235. Okay, ito po yung tatandaan nyo. Kapag po ganyan yung problem, huwag nyo mo i-round up, no? Huwag yung tatanggalan ng number. Kung ano yung given rate at kinonvert mo sa decimal, isulat mo lahat yung number. Wala kang tatanggalin, wala kang dadagdagan. Basta kung ano yung number na yon, yun na po yung ilalagay nyo na converted to decimal. Okay? So, for the formula of percentage, so percentage ang nawawala, that is base times rate. So, yung base natin, that is 435 and 75 cents. Then, multiply mo siya sa 0.235 thousandths. Okay? So, 435, multiply mo lang yan, 0.75 to 0.235. It will give you $102.40. Okay? So, since this is our now answer, siyempre, since dollar ang pinag-uusapan, siyempre, dollar din yung magiging sagot natin. Pag walang currency unit, ngunit ang pinag-uusapan ay currency unit, mali po. Pero kung wala namang currency unit, dapat sagutin mo din siya ng walang currency unit. Okay? So, ganun ang business math kasi. Now, so sa number 6, how many percent of 1,200 is 435 and 50 cents. So, how many percent? Siyempre, alam niyo na yung nawawala, automatic rate. Bakit rate? Kasi wala naman sa given yung may percent. Tama? So, rate po ang nawawala. Ngayon, let us identify sino si base at sino si percentage. Very good. Kung ang base mo is 1,200, very good. Kasi siya yung katabi ng word na of. Okay? So, this is 1,200. And then, yung E is 435 and 50 cents. It will give you the 435 pesos and 50 cents will give you the percentage. So, now, the rate is equals to percentage divided by base, then times 100. So, percentage, it will give you the 435 and 50 cents divided by the divided by the base of 1,200. Then, multiply by 100. So, let us multiply 435.50 divided by 1,200. So, it will give you, so tandaan nyo class, kapag ang ginawa nyo, dinivide nyo muna yun nasa loob ng parenthesis, which is correct naman, ikunin nyo po yung 4 decimal digit po muna. Kasi, ito po ay during solving. So, is 3629, then ngayon mo siya i-multiply ng 100. Magiging 36.29%. Okay? So, yan na po yung ating answer sa ating number 6. Okay? Yan. So, sana nagigets po ninyo, no? So, magkaroon naman tayo ng another set of problem ulit. So, itong problem na to ay worded problem na po. Yan. So, pag-usapan natin. An employee who earned 1,500 pesos spent 30% of his earning to buy a wristwatch. How much is the wristwatch? Okay, so pag-usapan natin ng maigi to. Yung isang employee daw, nag-earn or kumita ng 1,500. Ngayon, yung 30% nung kanyang kinita ay ginastos niya to para sa para makabili siya ng wristwatch. Ang tanong, magkano yung wristwatch? Ngayon, kung mapapansin ninyo, automatic na yung rate natin is 30%, right? So, if we'll convert it into decimal, that it will give you 0.3. of his earnings. Ayun no, of his earnings. Basahin nyo mabuti ha. 30% of his earnings. O yung earnings, yun yung kinita niya. Magkano ba yung kinita niya? 1,500. Di ba? So, pag may word na of nakatabi, of his earnings, syempre, parang sabihin na lang natin of 1,500. Therefore, your 1,500, it will give you the base. Yan. Very good. So, ngayon, ang nawawala ay yung percentage. It means yung percentage, siya yung mako-consider natin na price ng wristwatch. So, percentage is equals to base times rate. So, the value of base is 1,500 multiply 0.3 and then multiply them both. That is, it will give you 450 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung halaga ng wristwatch. 450 pesos. Okay? So, sana nagigets po natin ang ating discussion. Okay, next. A car dealer sold a second-hand Ford for 8,500. The profit was 1,232 and 50 cents to 1,252.50 pesos. The profit was what percent of selling price? Okay, so what percent of selling price? Okay, selling price. Yung of selling price, it means siya na yung base. So base na yung selling price. Then, yung rate ang nawawala kasi wala naman yung may percent. So, i-identify na lang natin alin dyan yung base, alin dyan yung percentage. Okay? So, of selling price, magkano nga po ba binenta yung sasakyan or yung second-hand Ford? Very good. It's 8,500. So, 8,500 pesos. So, ibig sabihin, ang ating base ay 8,500 pesos. Then, syempre, the percentage, it will give you 1,232 and 50 cents. Okay, pesos and 50 cents. Okay, so since rate po ang nawawala sa problem natin, it will represent it into percent. So, base, rate is equals to percentage divided by base. Do not forget to multiply it by 100. Tatandaan, si rate lang po ang nagpapamultiply sa 100 para mabalik natin siya sa percent sign. Okay? So, change the value of percentage. It will give you 1,232 and 50 cents all over the base of 8,500. Then, multiply by 100. So, 1,232 and 50 cents. I-divide nyo siya kay 8,500. So, it will give you 0.145. Then, multiply it by 100. So, if you multiply it by 100, it will give you 14.5%. Since rate ang nawawala, syempre, dapat may percent sign. And that is our answer in example number 8. So, sana po nasusundan po ninyo at nagigets po yung ating discussion. Okay, second to the last na tayo. Samuel Dar pays 955 for the monthly installment of his car. This is 23% of his monthly income. How much is monthly income? So, sabi niya ha, Samuel Dar pays 955 pesos for the monthly installment of his car. This is 23% of his monthly income. Pero ang question, magkano ang kanyang monthly income? Okay ha, lagi niyong tatandaan na of his monthly income. Siyempre, yung monthly income, siya yung kino-consider na base. Ang tanong, meron po bang binigay na base? To be exact, wala pong binigay. Bakit? Siya kasi yung tanong. So, since siya yung tanong, yung base ang nawawala. So, ibig sabihin, yung 955 pesos, it will give you as the base, or the percentage. Okay? And then, yung 23 pesos, it will give you the rate. 23%. 23 pesos tuloy. Ayan, 23%. So, multiply mo sa 100, it will give you 0.23. Okay, so since ang nawawala ay base, let us identify his monthly income by solving the base formula. Base is equals to percentage divided by rate. So, the percentage is 955 pesos. Then, divided by 0.23. So, 955 divided by 0.23, it will give you 4,152 pesos and 17 cents. So, this is our answer. So, sana po nag-gets po ninyo yung mga sets of examples po natin. At syempre, may isa pa. Dito tayo sa Math Extra. So, ang Math Extra question natin ay, what is the 3 pips, no? 3 pip percent of 18% of 450.75 dollars. So kung titingnan yung mabuti, 3 pips percent of 18% of 450.75. Okay. So, paano yan? So, ganito muna. Medyo madali lang ito. Una, hanapin nyo muna yung 18% ng $450.75. Hanapin nyo muna. Since ang nawawala sa unang portion, ito muna ha, ito muna. So, analyze natin. So, ang base natin, syempre, of $450.75, that is your base. Okay? And then, syempre, yung rate mo as yung 18%. Ito muna yung sinosolve natin, ha? So, since meron ka ng nawawala na percentage. Syempre, since alam mo naman na po yung formula ng percentage is equals to base times rate. So, the value of base is 450.75. Then, multiply mo siya kay 18%, or if we convert it into decimal, that is 0.18. So, 450.75 multiply 0.18, that is 81.135 dollars. Since syempre, ang dollars natin or yung currency, meron lang 2 digit sa currency, no? 2 digit lang para ma-consider na centavo or cent. So, 81.14. Ngayon, hindi pa tayo natatapos. Kung babasahin nating mabuti, 3% may word na op ulit. Yung word na op, syempre, expect mo na ang nasolve mo dito is yung kanya-solve natin na $81.14. Ayan yung nasolve natin kanina, di ba? Since na-solve na po natin siya kanina, ang isosolve naman po natin is yung 3% ng 81.14. No? So, ang mangyayari, magiging base na ulit to. Si 81.14, ano mo siya, no? So, magiging base si 81 dollars and 14 cents. Then, ang nawawala is percentage. And then, yung rate is 3/5%. Ngayon, sir, may problema. So, ano ang problema? Yung 3/5, ang gawin nyo dyan is i-convert nyo sa fraction. Paano mo i-convert sa, naka-fraction na pala siya. I-convert mo sa decimal. Paano? I-divide mo yung 3 divided by 5, it will give you 0.6. Pero may percent pa. Since hindi may percent pa, hindi pa natin siya naaalis, alisin pa natin yan. Yung 0.6, i-divide pa natin yan sa 100. It will give you 0.006. So, syempre, para mabuo na natin ang ating final answer, so percentage is equals to base times rate is equals to, so, base is 81 and 14 cents, $81 and 14 cents, multiply mo siya sa 0.006. Then, it will give you 81.14 multiply to 0.006. So, that is $0.4868. Pero hindi pa tapos since 2 digit ang ating currency. It will give you $0.49. So, this is our answer. Actually, class, may isa pang formula or may isa pang way. Ang gawin nyo, yung 450.75, i-multiply nyo sa 0.18. Pwede naman po ito no? Tingnan nyo lang kung parehas Pwedeng gawin nyo rin ito. Yung 450.75, i-multiply nyo doon sa converted na, that is 0.18, tapos i-times nyo pa siya sa 0.006. Ayan. Pwede yan. Mas madali yan kung gusto ninyo ng mas madali, no? Yan. Tapos 0.006. So, parehas lang din naman, no? Bibigyan ka rin yan ng $0.49. So, same lang din. Ako kasi inisa-isa ko lang. Okay, so kung may questions kayo sa comment at I hope na sana po na-gets po ninyo yung ating lesson. Maraming salamat po at pagpalain kayo. God bless you po.